Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and I'm the owner of SeasonServeBlog.com. So as you can see, I am super excited, and that is because we are going to be starting our kitchen renovation. And the timeline really crept up on us. Things got pushed up, which is very, very rare. And it's starting sooner than we thought, which is very exciting. I know the sooner we start, the sooner we get our kitchen back. And we're not actually starting today. We are starting in 4 or 5 days, which is very exciting. We're having our contractor come in and rip everything out, which is so exciting. I can't wait. But the kitchen renovation is happening, and I wanted to document the entire process of a renovation and show you all the different styles and design finishes and everything that we did in doing our kitchen. Hopefully this video is helpful, especially for folks who live on Vancouver Island. I know we are a little bit more remote in a sense, in that we live on an island and we don't get as many things here as we do on the mainland of Canada, or in Canada in general. For some reason we don't get like the same stuff that the US has. So if you're on Vancouver Island or in Canada, you'll see kind of what things we picked and where we sourced it from. So that'll be super helpful and handy. I'm not sure if I'm going to be including prices yet. I might do like an overall cost breakdown and stuff, but if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. But I'm so excited. So I'm going to take you through today and show you what the kitchen is looking like, and I'm also going to show you what our front room is looking like, our sitting room, because that is also being somewhat demolished as well, just because we have a fireplace I'm looking at right now that is coming out. So we're going to be opening up the space in between those two rooms, and we do have to fix some stuff up in our sitting room to make it flow into the kitchen a little bit better. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm happy we hired a contractor. I know we are pretty handy, but with a big thing like a fireplace removal and we have to do some remediation, we're going to leave that to the expert. So David and I are super excited. We've actually been waiting for this day for quite a while. We knew when we moved in we would have to eventually take out the fireplace, and the finishes in the kitchen are not sort of our style. It is very like early 2000s, like Tuscan style, as you'll see. But yeah, we just want to update it, make it our own, make things a little bit more higher end and a little bit more functional, because yeah, some things in here, which I'll show you, are not the best designs. So we've come up with a lot of storage solutions and different solutions to make things a little bit better for us and our needs. So I guess without further ado, let's get into showing you guys the kitchen, and then we'll do the sitting room. So as you can see, it is a very 2000s sort of Tuscan style, which would have been really cute back then, but not so much now. And totally first world problems. All these cabinets, these countertops work, but we are seeing them kind of come apart and have some wear and tear. So as you can see here on the cupboards, there's lots of paint coming off. Even the floor is having, or it has some chips in it. It was chipped when we bought it because I think, well, the previous owners had kids and I'm pretty sure the kids destroyed the floor. But yeah, it is definitely first world problems, but we want to update it to match our style and to suit our needs a little bit better. And one big aspect of the project that we are tackling is removing this fireplace. And oh my gosh, this fireplace, it looks gorgeous with the brick and everything, but the fireplace is not up to code. And actually to bring it up to code again and get it working is actually going to cost much more than removing it. And as you can see, it is taking up a lot of space. That could be kitchen space. You can even see here, we have some water damage here. So sad. So we're actually going to have it removed. We're going to have it remediated, all that. And this will actually be a big peninsula area. So I'm very excited to have that. Also, ignore the filing cabinet. We are looking to sell that. So yeah, we normally don't have a filing cabinet in our kitchen. So the peninsula is going to run basically from where it is now. We're still going to have this sort of L shape here going around, but it's going to extend all the way out to where this little green sticker is here. So it'll be lots of workspace. And with this being open, I'll actually be able to stand on this side and film videos and you guys can like actually see me in the videos, which will be super fun. I'm very excited for that. And also having all this workspace is going to be super nice because even though, you know, you can see we have counter space, this is actually really the only area that I work on. So it's not that big when you think about it. With the flooring, as I mentioned, it has been chipped in a few spots around here and we can't fix it, but also we are redoing the flooring in our entire house. As you can see, we have completed the back area and this is going to be our new flooring throughout the kitchen and the front sitting room. But look at that difference. This one is way more like West Coast, coastal sort of feel, and I can't wait to have this taken in throughout the entire kitchen and through the front. I think it's going to be super beautiful and make everything look super modern and a lot brighter, much, much brighter. Even though we are lucky enough to have a skylight, it is just going to make this kitchen glow, which is going to be amazing. So this is the overall design layout for the kitchen, and the biggest change is adding this peninsula where the fireplace used to be. With the removal of the fireplace, we're going to have lots more space to prep our food and film videos, and it is going to be so much nicer. And also this peninsula is huge, so I'm very excited to see this go in. And this is a view of what the peninsula will look like from the kitchen side. So you'll see here we have a 5, 10, and a 15-inch set of drawers, and there are 2 sets of them, so there's going to be lots of storage in this peninsula. As you can see in the design here, there are some pendant lights that are sketched in above the peninsula, but we are not doing that. We're just going to have some pot lights, but I will talk about lighting in a few minutes. And you'll also notice in the design there is a double sink included, but we are actually doing a single bowl sink, and that'll be an undermount stainless steel one, which is gorgeous. So over on this wall, we are going to be removing all of these cabinets because we don't really like the look or the style of them. And we are going to be replacing them. So they're only going to be replaced in this area and this area. And we're actually removing these top ones here. And over in this area, after we extend the countertop out, we are going to install a hutch. And I saw this in the IKEA or ICANN showroom with the folks who were doing our cabinets, and I was like, okay, we need to have this. So it is a beautiful cupboard that we're going to put in here. We're going to put all of our fancy like serving plates and like little accessories and stuff like that in there. So it'll kind of be a nice like little display cabinet. So I'll insert a picture of what it looks like, but oh, it's going to be so beautiful. And I think that'll be a really nice statement for the kitchen. We are getting a brand new sink. This sink is very small. It doesn't look small, but it really is. And they didn't actually pick the biggest sink that they could have picked here. This is a 30-inch wide cabinet, and that's obviously not like a 27, 28-inch sink. So we are getting a really nice stainless steel undermount sink, new faucet head, everything. So that'll be really nice to have a nice big sink to wash all of our pots and pans in. And of course, the countertops are going. These are a laminate countertop that kind of look like granite. So as you can see with this brown color, it is a little bit difficult to see if the countertop is dirty or if there's like coffee or any sort of like crumbs and stuff on it. So we are getting this taken out and we're switching it out to a really nice quartz countertop. It's a bit of an investment, but I think it is going to be totally worth it, and it's going to be a white quartz with a little bit of brown veining in it. So it's going to be different than the traditional like gray marble, which I think a lot of people have. We wanted something a little bit different and a little bit more unique. So that is sort of what we decided on. And also we are going to be removing all of the backsplash tile. You can see that it is very old, very dated. So that is coming out, and we're actually going to tile all the way up to the ceiling, probably bring it all the way around here too, to here, all down, and all under the cabinets here. So gonna be a lot of tiling work, but I think that'll be totally fine, and I think it'll make the kitchen look a lot more cohesive than how it is now. It's very interesting how they didn't tile all the way up to the ceiling or bring it around a little bit more, but we're gonna be fixing. So that is it for this wall. Not like too big of a change, but I think removing these upper cabinets will be super, super nice, and having a bigger sink will be amazing. So this is the view of the sink wall, and I love how this looks, especially the hutch. You can see that to the right-hand side there. We have the 2 glass doors with some drawers underneath it for some storage. I think I'll keep really delicate things there like thermometers that have mercury in it, and perhaps things like napkins and stuff like that just for easy access. I think this wall looks really great, and it looks a lot more open without the cabinets above the window. And I think a sconce right there will be super beautiful. So that is it for this wall. Very exciting changes coming there. And now over on this wall, we are gonna focus on symmetry. So these cabinets on either side of the stove are gonna be symmetrical, and they're actually gonna be glass cabinets, which I'm super excited for. So again, there'll be a little bit of a display for all of our dishes and servingware and stuff. The stove is going to be staying in the same spot. We are just going to buy a new stove. We actually have an induction stove on order from Costco, so hopefully it comes in time, but if not, we will keep using this until we get our new one. But yeah, stove is staying where it is. We are extending this out a little bit more. It'll be extended out to where that green sticker is on the wall. So it will make this little entrance a little bit more narrow, but it's still like the standard 30-inch width. I have a little bit more space on this side to keep stuff on the counter or whatever. But yeah, that'll be very exciting. We will have to find a new home for our Dyson though, but I think that should be totally fine. So this is the rendering of the stove wall, and as you can see, the upper cabinets are glass, and I think this looks super great and it is really symmetrical and totally balances perfectly on this wall. You'll also notice on the right-hand side of the stove in the lower cabinets, we have a wider cabinet than what we have now. So we have a 5-inch, a 10-inch, and a 15-inch drawer to store things. And then to the left of the stove, we have this really nifty pull-out drawer where I'm going to be storing all of my cooking oils, vinegars, and soy sauces that I often use when I'm cooking. We used to keep them on the counter, as you saw previously, and all the bottles got really dusty and grimy over time. So having them stored away will be very nice and will reduce clutter on the countertop. The cabinets on this side, theirs are all coming out. Now the design on this side isn't changing too much. We are keeping the microwave where it is. It'll just be bumped up a little bit more. And this corner cabinet, which actually comes out at a diagonal, it'll actually be put in as an L-shaped cabinet. So it's not sticking out as much in this corner, which I'm very excited for because it does take up a lot of headroom and space, even though you can store a little bit more things in here. So yeah, that is that area, and same thing with the fridge. The location of it is not changing, so we're keeping it there, and we obviously are keeping this fridge because it is gorgeous. Fisher Paykel makes like the most aesthetically pleasing fridges. So we're keeping that where it is. It'll have a cabinet right above, but on this side, we're actually gonna shift everything a little bit over, and we're gonna install a floor-to-ceiling pantry right here. It's not going to be the biggest pantry, like the widest pantry or anything, but it'll be a better storage solution for all of our cans, all of our pasta and all that stuff, because currently we have it stored in this corner cabinet, and as you can see, it is an abyss in there. Like, I do not know what we have because this cabinet is so deep and things just get lost in there, especially on the bottom here. Oh my gosh. So that'll be really great to be able to store everything in a pantry here where you can actually see and have access to things a bit better. I am so excited for that. Over here on the fridge wall, things are pretty much the same. They're just slightly shifted over. So as you can see, the fridge has moved over a little bit to the right to make room for this beautiful floor-to-ceiling pantry. I cannot wait to have this and be able to see all of the food and ingredients that we have. It is going to be so nice. Otherwise, a lot of things are staying the same. So we have cupboards above the microwave and the fridge. And right below the microwave, we will have a set of drawers to keep things in as well. And a nice corner cabinet that has a swivel inside so we can access all of our pots and pans in there. And finally, you'll notice that the upper corner cabinet is no longer diagonal. So we have 2 cupboards that'll be our storage for this area. I think this is way nicer, and it opens up this area a bit, gives you a little bit more headroom, and it mirrors exactly what is going on with the cabinets below it. So again, everything is symmetrical. And in terms of lighting, we're going to be taking out this pendant light. This is kind of random. In the kitchen before, the previous owners had like a little table here for their kids. but obviously we don't need that, so we'll be taking that out. And we are going to replace all of these pot lights in our ceiling. They are fairly old and they do get pretty hot, so we're going to update them with like actual good LEDs. We're actually going to take all the pot lights across here so that they line up and we have lighting over the peninsula. I didn't want pendant lights over the peninsula, especially if I'm going to be filming. I don't want to have that obstruction in the way, so I think the pot lights will be really good and it'll make the room feel a lot more cohesive too. And we also currently have under cabinet lights and in cabinet lights. So you can see on the top there's some there, and underneath we have some here. So we are going to look at doing that again. We really like the look of how the cabinets look lit up, and if these cabinets are still going to be glass and those ones there too, I think it'll be really, really nice to have that sort of glow coming from the cabinets. It's super nice right now and we do want to keep that. So very exciting. And that is sort of the lighting update. Luckily we do have lots of light coming through the skylight here and the big window by the sink. So we're very fortunate to have both of those. But yeah, you do obviously need a little bit more lighting in the kitchen. All right, and this is what our sitting room is currently looking like. A very gorgeous room, but as you can see, the fireplace is again taking up so much space in this room as well. So by taking this out, we're going to be able to open these two rooms, have that nice peninsula, and it'll just be one big room, which is going to be very, very nice. Now, of course, with that, we're going to run into some issues, especially with this beautiful coping that we have going on. So as they remove the fireplace, they're actually going to have to cut this part out to make the two rooms flow and connect together with one continuous ceiling. And they're going to have to fix up all the coving. They're going to have to take it through from here, possibly all the way through to where the pantry begins over there. And same thing on that side. They'll have to take it over to where the hutch starts. So that is a bit of work, and yeah, very special trade to do that, I believe. So that'll be fun, but I know once it's done, it's going to be super gorgeous. If you can see over here, there's a little green piece of tape on this cabinet that we have here. That is where actually the peninsula is going to stop. So it's going to come out to that line and stop. And I think that's going to be really great. We are not going to do bar seating or anything on this side, just because I think a lot of people who have bar seating actually don't use it. And like, I know I wouldn't sit on a stool when I could sit on a couch or at an actual table or a desk. So yeah, that is not my cup of tea, even though like everyone was like, oh, you got to do bar seating. We're like, they'll be nice, but we're not going to use it. And then also the chairs take up a little bit of space too. So we didn't want to do that. So instead, we're actually going to put cabinets on this side of the peninsula. So there'll be cabinets on the kitchen side, and then we'll have some storage cabinets on this side. They will be shallower than typical cabinets, but I think that'll be really great for storing vases and all those fun little things. Additionally, with the cabinets on this side, we wanted to do a special design feature, and we wanted to actually make these wood. So I think that'll be a really nice touch. Again, making our home look more coastal, more West Coast. I think that'll be super nice. So not going to be all totally white, but a little bit of wood touches I think will be very, very nice. So this is what the rendering of the exterior of the peninsula looks like, and I think this is super nice, and I'm super happy we did this just so that we don't have an entirely white kitchen. I think this is super fun, and I think the wood is timeless. So as you can see, there is cupboards across the front. We have 6 of them, and instead of the knobs that are shown here, I'm going to try and look for those hidden handles so that you don't actually see anything in there. And I think it is going to be beautiful, and it goes really well with the floors that we're installing. It is like a perfect match. So it is going to be super nice, and I'm happy we decided to do this. And that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button down below, as well as the red subscribe button for more videos like this, and to see how our kitchen progresses over time into our beautiful dream kitchen. Additionally, in future videos, I'll be walking you through all the finishes and the items that we chose for our kitchen, such as our countertop, our cabinets, sink, so on and so forth. So if you're interested in seeing that and the products that we chose, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see what we picked. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram to see how our kitchen renovation progresses over time, and also make sure you check out my blog for some written blog posts about our kitchen renovation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.